Hey, joining us now on the Marmy Rock Show. Really glad to have some Detroit rockers with us. We've got Rachel and Nikki from the band Crash Dollz. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Hi,
Hey,
thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man, and I've been enjoying listening to your self-titled album, the Crash Dollz album. And, hey, let's start things off for folks on our show who may not know you yet, being from Detroit. Give us a brief history of the formation of the band up to that release, the initial release.
I had placed an ad looking for band members and met Rachel, and we started going over some ideas about, what we wanted the music to be, and getting to know each other a little bit, and the rest is kind of history.
We really put a lot of time into trying to create like a musical hybrid between punk and metal, and it was a little difficult. We had to take some time to try to find a blueprint that worked for us and sounded unique and specific to us, so that was exciting when we finally hit on something that doesn't sound like anyone else.
Yeah, I really pick up, I'm 48 years old, and I pick up the vibe of some of the great classic punk stuff that I grew up listening to. What was the inspiration behind going with that style? Was it just natural because that was the style you were already playing, or was there actually a discussion about there's a void in this kind of music?
Oh, I definitely think there's a void that we wanted to fill, and there was certainly a very Detroit sound to what we do, and we're both very influenced by Iggy Pop, Nikki especially, so there was a very Detroit Iggy Pop kind of thing that we wanted to get in there, and I'm a bit more also into hard rock and metal, so I was trying to bring the Van Halen and some of the heavier music that I like into it, and it just turned into something kind of new.
Hey, so you guys released some pretty exciting news. Tell us about the record label and the work that you're doing on the album. It looks like it's tentatively called Punks in America.
That's right.
Give us a little bit of the lowdown on the big the label signing and what that's meant to the band and how that all went down.
Well, we signed just actually about a week ago with Radically Records. That's RADICLEA Records. They're distributed through Sony, Red, and CEN. And they're out of New Jersey. It was a big signing for us. We actually worked with a number of different companies negotiating until we went with Radically, mostly because of the distribution connections and a lot of their business connections in film and TV and placement. So it's meant a lot. It's really changed a lot of things about we've been a very self-contained unit now for almost 5 years, so putting some amount of control into other people's hands a little bit nerve-wracking for us, but we're doing our best, and we really trust who we're working with, and it's very exciting that there's going to be a lot of new stuff coming out. The new album will be dropping in August, Punks America.
Yeah, we generally don't play real well with others, so this is new for us.
Yeah. Yeah, our sandbox is usually like just Nikki and I, and nobody else is allowed, so.
And we're lucky if we don't end up with sand in our hair and eyes.
Right.
I can sense a little of that from watching some of the videos of your performances. So tell me a little bit about a live show. I have not had the pleasure of seeing you guys live yet. I noticed like a mannequin being destroyed up there. Give me a little bit of the flavor of a live show that I've seen in some of the videos.
We're bombastic and loud and aggressive and in your face, and that's pretty much what you get when you come to a Crash Dollz show. You get raw, pure, beautiful emotion in all of its forms. And if that means occasionally that we, launch something off the stage or at each other, or then that's what happens. But there's nothing really calculated about any of it. It just it just kind of happens. So I mean, sometimes we have to pull back sometimes, making sure we don't hurt anybody or ourselves, because we usually end up hurt.
Yeah,
so
it's really a crazy emotional conduit that we were trying to do with our music and bring it to the audience and transfer that across. And when the flip switches in all of us, and I think Nikki and I particularly, we don't really know where it's going to go, but it usually gets, like she says, bombastic and crazy, reckless, and we just try to pull the reins back enough where we're not going to go to jail that night.
Exactly.
So, hey, in August, after the new release comes out, I assume it's going to be a lot of headlining, touring, or touring with another band, or I'm assuming it's touring in general. What kind of touring are you guys going to be doing? Are you going out on your own or with somebody else?
Everything's up in the air about that at the moment, so we're not really sure. There's been some names thrown around that we might jump on their tour. We're hoping to put together a full national tour and then go out to Europe as a headliner, but we're still negotiating with the label about what's best. And really, we won't know much until the record has been finished and, you know, the big wigs get a chance to listen to it and see where they want to place us. Again, they get to get into our sandbox, damn it.
Exactly.
So tell me about one of the tunes on the album that's out there floating around, 27 Tulip Pass. What is the lowdown on that tune? What is that song about?
It's actually an address for a crash house party where everybody goes and just go crazy and everybody punch the air. I mean, what's the line? Is that what it says? Everybody punch the air? I don't remember.
Get naked in your underwear.
Get naked in your underwear. Yeah, it's all about just this crazy party that happens, and that happened to be the address, 27 Tulip Pass.
Well, pretty bold putting that out there for people to hear the place where it is. If that's an actual place, people can show up, huh?
Right, yeah. It's kind of like, what is it, 1313 Mockingbird Lane? I don't know.
Now, did you guys grow up on punk music? I know you kind of alluded to your influences, but you know, when you were your musical formation of what you like, was it punk stuff?
You know, punk is really kind of something that I picked up later on in life. You know, I mean, my idea of Detroit punk and what true hardcore punk fanatics like Rachel are ideally very different. The attitude is very much the same, but the music itself is very different. I think punk is really about an attitude, more so than anything else. So, I discovered it, you know, in my teens, and, I just kind of fell in love with the whole kind of attitude and the, you know, free pass to basically do whatever you want and feel however you want to feel and let everybody know about it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with her on the idea that, you know, punk has so many different forms and so many different sounds. And for me and her, it's, I think, more about the attitude of it. And that's what we wanted to put in our music rather than sit down and go, okay, we want to sound like Iggy Pop or go, you know, extreme into wanting to sound like GBH or something like that. And it really was just the attitude we wanted to get in there into our own music that was personal to us.
So, a question for Rachel here. I noticed I don't see a lot of people that play the kind of guitar you play. You play a Guild X79, it looks like. Tell people about the decision to play that guitar.
Oh, I came across that guitar quite a few years back, and I've never felt a neck that was so fast and fluid. It just was, you know, it was like jumping into a car that's a race car. If you touch the pedal, you just take off. You got to almost learn to hold back on it. And there's only 1,690 of them in the world, and I've got 2 of them. I am a diehard fan, and I did a lot of modifications to it, but it's a very original sounding guitar. And of course, it looks weird too, so I love that.
Yeah, it definitely has a cool look to it. So, hey, we're going to play some music from you guys tonight, and we're going to keep an eye on everything you got going on. I wish you the best of luck with the new release that's coming out in August. It's going to be called Punks in America. And Rachel and Nikki from Crash Dollz, thanks so much for being here on the show tonight, ladies.
Thank you very much.